We're in amber, what they call amber. We can't go out of our rooms.
Like countless other aged care residents, Bruce Delkeith is confined to his room.
It's pretty cruel. It starts to work on your mind and that. You forget people's names. It's like being in jail to me.
During the first wave of COVID, the elderly paid the highest price, and now with numbers at an all-time high, the sector is under unprecedented pressure.
The staff are exhausted, they're at their wits' end, and people are leaving the industry because it's not getting any better.
Michelle Belayev has worked in aged care for 9 years. She's now on sick leave.
We need safe levels on the floors for the staff, for the residents. You shouldn't have to wait 20 minutes, half an hour, sometimes an hour to go to the toilet. Not when you ask for it and you can't go yourself. You shouldn't have to wait, and that's what's happening.
Last week, there were 1,107 aged care facilities with active COVID outbreaks, and that number is growing. And it's been reported that more than 7,000 cases have now been confirmed. And while the government says its booster program has reached 75% of centres, experts say the rollout has been too slow.
It's vital that we get the boosters happening and we get everybody who works in aged care and everybody who is in aged care that booster shot.
Since the pandemic began, the government has been assuring us that people in aged care are a number one concern.
On aged care, a very clear message from all states and territories, together with the Commonwealth. It is very important. It is a high priority.
Richard Colbeck is the Minister for Senior Australians and Aged Care Services, and he's been under pressure before.
I don't recall whether you briefed your colleagues on the Royal Commission's interim report titled Neglect.
Look, I'd have to check the record on that.
Mr Colbeck's office told us the department has now brought forward the large majority of booster clinics. At all times, the care and safety of aged care residents is the number one priority. The Prime Minister reinforced that message today, saying we are
well over halfway through having them boosted as well. And that's why we're not seeing in aged care the number of tragedies that we saw during the dreadful wave that we saw back in 2020.
Australians do care about aged care. There was a survey done recently which said that in 2 states in Australia it was the number one issue in the upcoming election. So I don't think whoever's in government can avoid this as an issue. What we need to do is recognise that we have to train more people in aged care. We've got to pay them more because it's got to be an attractive career for people, and we've got to make it a career.
Workers like Michelle say that if something doesn't happen soon, there could be dire results.
I'm worried that the aged care sector is actually going to crumble. Nothing happens. It's got nowhere to go except down the drain pretty much. And what happens to our elderly then?
As for all those residents in lockdown, it's not just appropriate care they're missing.
Contact with people, there's a lot of activities that are not on, Sometimes I get depressed, but it don't make me cry, but it makes me sick and so I think the system's failing real bad.
So hard. People that work in the most important jobs in our society are often the ones that we push so far and we underpay and we expect the most of them. And we are all going to be, at some point in our lives, in a situation like that, hoping to heck that we are surrounded by a bunch of people who care passionately about the work that they do and they will take care of us. But we have to take care of them to do it. And for the last 2 years, these people in aged care at the end of their lives wanting to spend time with people, be connected with people, shut away, locked in their rooms, not being able to have that. It's just so, so sad.